In the unforgiving world of the UFC, everything can change in a heartbeat. 1 second you're on the offensive, sizing up your opponent, and the next you're staring at the lights wondering what just happened. These are the fights that ended before most fans even got a chance to sit down. Today we're counting down the fastest finishes in UFC history. Some were calculated, others pure chaos, but all of them were unforgettable. Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren. 5 seconds of fury. It's only right to begin with the most iconic lightning-fast KO of all time. Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren at UFC 239. This fight was hyped as a true clash of styles. Ben Askren, an undefeated Olympic-caliber wrestler known for his relentless grappling, was stepping into the cage against Jorge Masvidal, a Miami street fighter turned polished striker with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove. But before fans could even get comfortable, it was over. As the bell rang, Masvidal charged across the octagon like a man possessed. Askren, true to form, instinctively ducked for a takedown. Masvidal anticipated it. With precision timing, he launched a flying knee that collided with Askren's skull mid-dive. Askren was out cold before he hit the canvas. No punches needed. Just 5 seconds. Officially the fastest knockout in UFC history. Masvidal didn't just win a fight. He ignited a meme, cemented a legacy, and sent shockwaves through the MMA world. The image of him laying sideways on the canvas, mocking Askren, became part of UFC lore. Duane Bang Ludwig versus Jonathan Goulet. Controversial, 6 seconds long before Masvidal made headlines. Duane Bang Ludwig held the unofficial crown for fastest KO. In 2006, Ludwig squared off with Jonathan Goulet, and the bout ended almost immediately. Ludwig's sharp right hand found its mark seconds into the round. Goulet collapsed and the ref waved it off. The controversy, the official UFC timekeeper recorded it as 11 seconds. But anyone who watches the tape, and Ludwig certainly has, knows that punch landed and finished the fight in just 6 seconds. Even Dana White has gone on record saying the time was wrong. Despite the debate, Ludwig's KO stood as the symbolic fastest for many years. Fast hands, faster finish. Chan Sung-Young versus Mark Hominick, Korean Zombie strikes in 7 seconds. At UFC 140, Chan Sung-Young, better known as the Korean Zombie, faced off against Mark Hominick, a slick Canadian striker. As the fight began, Hominick came out aggressively, trying to dictate the pace. But aggression has its risks. In a flash, Young slipped a jab and countered with a crisp right hand. Hominick fell flat. 7 seconds after the bell rang, it was over. Young's reaction was calm and composed, like a man who came to do exactly what he did. One mistake from Hominick, one counter from Young, and a new name added to the history books. Todd Duffy versus Tim Hague, heavyweight debut destruction. In 2009, Todd Duffy made his UFC debut with a bang. Literally, squaring off against Tim Hague, Duffy didn't waste time. At 6 feet 3 inches and over 250 pounds, Duffy had both the size and speed to overwhelm, and he did. Just seconds in, Duffy landed a jab-straight combo that sent Hague crashing to the canvas. Official time? 7 seconds. This was supposed to be the beginning of a dominant UFC run. Unfortunately, Duffy's career never reached the heights that KO promised. But for one night, in 7 seconds, he was the most dangerous heavyweight on the planet. Ryan Jimmo versus Anthony Parash. 7 seconds and a robot dance. Another memorable 7-second finish came in 2012 when Ryan Jimmo made his UFC debut against Anthony Parash. As the fight started, Jimmo came forward with calm confidence. A single overhand right landed flush on Parash's chin and dropped him instantly. But what made this moment stand out even more was what came next. Jimmo's robotic celebration dance. Equal parts hilarious and endearing, it became a viral moment for MMA fans. Tragically, Jimmo passed away in 2016 after an altercation in a parking lot. Though his UFC career was short-lived, this KO and his charismatic celebration are remembered fondly by fans around the world. Honorable mentions, more lightning-fast madness. Let's not forget the other fighters who joined the UFC's ultra-exclusive Under 10 Seconds Club. James Irvin knocked out Houston Alexander in 8 seconds. with a single shot that stopped Alexander in his tracks. Makwan Amirkhani delivered a spectacular flying knee against Andy Ogle in 8 seconds, blending technique with aggression. Gray Maynard made a name for himself with a 9-second finish of Joe Bears. One punch. Done. Cody Garbrandt, before he became a champion, earned his name with an 8-second destruction of Thomas Almeida, showing speed, timing, and ferocity. And of course, the most famous title fight KO in history, Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, UFC 194. In just 13 seconds, McGregor landed a picture-perfect counter left hook as Aldo rushed in. The featherweight championship changed hands faster than anyone expected. It wasn't just a knockout, it was a moment that changed the sport. Why fast finishes matter in MMA? These fights aren't just fun to watch, they're reminders of MMA's unpredictable nature. Fighters train for months. They spar, they cut weight, they study their opponents inside and out. And yet, all that preparation can disappear in seconds. It's what makes the sport so electric. You could be the better grappler, the smarter strategist, or the stronger athlete. But one perfectly placed shot can erase it all. These rapid knockouts become more than just records. They're viral sensations, cultural moments, highlights that inspire and terrify future fighters. Because deep down, everyone knows it could happen to anyone. The psychology of a fast KO. A fast finish doesn't just end a fight, it often shatters confidence. For some fighters, it takes years to recover from that kind of loss. Ben Askren, who was undefeated before Masvidal's knee, never looked the same again. One fast KO can turn a journeyman into a headliner overnight. Don't blink, UFC's golden rule. If there's one thing these fights have taught us, it's this. Don't blink, don't grab a snack, don't check your phone. Because history isn't made in 25 minutes. It's made in 5 seconds. From flying knees to overhand bombs, these finishes are reminders that in MMA, every second counts. Every opening could be the last. And no matter how long a fighter trained, how much experience they have, or how strong their chin is, one mistake is all it takes. The art of the instant KO. There's a unique kind of electricity in a UFC event. The lights, the walkouts, the anticipation, and then suddenly it's over. That shock, that chaos, is what sets MMA apart from any other sport. There's no time to settle in. The fight doesn't build slowly like a movie. It explodes like a firework. When Jorge Masvidal launched himself into Ben Askren's face with a flying knee, the clock hadn't even hit the 4-second mark. Askren, undefeated and brimming with confidence, was out cold before he even knew the fight had started. That knockout didn't just change a fight, it changed careers, shook the division, and became an eternal highlight. When Chan Sung-jung, the Korean zombie, landed a perfectly timed uppercut, or when Ronda Rousey executed her signature armbar in under 20 seconds, we weren't just seeing violence, we were seeing the culmination of years of mastery. That's what makes watching UFC feel like sitting on a live wire. Every second is alive with potential. And just when you think nothing is happening, boom, it's over. Final thoughts. The legacy of fast finishes. These finishes live on because they're unforgettable. They thrill us, shock us, and remind us of the raw intensity of combat sports. They're the reasons fans watch every second. What's your favorite lightning-fast UFC moment? Drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear your picks. And if you love this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more brutal fight recaps, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment of Fight Night madness. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp and stay savage.